So continuing on this series of things a seller might say that indicate they're not a good lead, this is part 4. This is about price. So the last thing we ask about is price. And we have a very detailed, emotion-laden way to get price. I used to just ask the way that some gurus teach, which I think is really superficial and stupid, which is if I can close whenever you want and blah, 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 how much would you want for it? I find people are very reluctant to give the first number. So there is a way to ask. We have like a 4-part system of how we ask. I'll say something like, I'm guessing you don't have an asking price. Depending on what they say, that leads us more. Then the second part is really like, if I haven't gotten a number, I'm not really familiar with it. I haven't done my research yet. Do you know what similar homes are going for? And dig on that. And if I don't get that, I'll ask something like, well, what do you feel like? What would you feel a number would? What do you feel like a number is where you'd just be giving it away? So tell me what you don't want. But then I get price. Now, sometimes people are going to throw out a price that's astronomical, right? My team will look at it, and we have like 3 quick ways to get. We can check Zillow. We have Melissa data, and we'll check Propstream. And everybody's saying it's a $400,000 house, and this guy's asking for $800,000. So they might ask, how'd you come up with that number? Am I missing something because it doesn't look like properties in the area similar to yours are going for that? And sometimes we're wrong. Sometimes the guy's right. Usually we're right and he's wrong. So you have to decide whether this is worth it, right? If a guy's asking for $800,000 in an area where you don't think the property is going to sell for more than $400,000, are you wasting your time? You may be, but it also depends on what he said before, right? If he says he wants to sell in 2 weeks, or he said the condition is a 2 out of 10, then guess what? He's never going to get $800,000. So maybe I'll go on the appointment. I'll make him an offer for $200,000. Now, there's a way to make offers. We can talk about that later, but it really depends on what he said, right? What are the particulars? Now, what happens if he comes with a really low price, right? Similarly, we had a case where the guy asked for $200,000 on a house that looks like it's going for $500,000. What do you do? So I think at that point you don't panic. You go there. What I've seen a few times happen is a misunderstanding that the lead thinks you're asking him how much money he wants over and above what he owes. That happened a few times recently. So the person said, I want $200,000. He didn't mention that he owes $300,000. So it's $500,000 house. Yeah. So then we'll say, the only way you're going to get this is if you list it. But you have to ask about the price to figure out what's going on. It's very good to have an idea of price. Well, it's a double-edged sword. It sounds good. It's good to know because you don't want to waste your time going on an appointment or making the call for an appointment. But sometimes it leads you in a certain direction when you make an offer. So you almost want to go in clear-headed when it comes to making the offer. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to biggerflips.com. And thank you very, very much for watching.